Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth, who rule well, teach well with much diligence, peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect. Kings and priests are out there bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Brother Amawan from the Great Millstone branch, IE Inland Empire, back here with another lesson. Just get into this right quick before start up camp today. It's 12:36 p.m. The title of this lesson will be Before the Flood. And it's a spirit because when I opened up my YouTube app, I saw the brother Amawan Gabar from NY, the same title and everything, as of the days of Noah were, because it's a spirit that the world is in, people eating, drinking, making merry, while all around you, the world is on fire. World War III, protests, food shortages, pestilences, diseases spreading, all types of things is going on while everybody is just thinking life is just as normal, not knowing that we're in World War III. America has stepped in. But with that being said, I'm going to read this article. Lord willing, this is an edifying news update. Wake up, Babylon the Great. Apocalyptic scenarios are unfolding all around us, but most people are still asleep. January 24 by 2023 by Michael Snyder. How can you get people to wake up if they are determined to keep sleeping? For decades, global events have been moving us in a very anomalous direction, and ever since this decade began, the pace of change has accelerated dramatically. But even though we just keep getting hit by one major crisis after another, most people still do not get it. Almost everyone seems to be under the impression that the massive problems that we are experiencing right now are just temporary and everything will soon return to normal soon. Meanwhile, apocalyptic scenarios continue to unfold all around us at breaking peace, because the scriptures say this here in 1 Thessalonians. Matter of fact, I'm going to get the one in Jeremiah. What's that? Jeremiah 8. It's like Jeremiah 7. They have destroyed my people, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. Let me see. Bear with me. I think that's 7:28. Let me see. 8:23. Let me see. Because here it is. These people can get on the news and tell you that, nothing's going to happen. No nuclear war with Russia will ever happen. No food shortages and all that will never happen. America is this great economy, great empire that will never fall. We got this tank, we got that tank, we got this fighter jet and that jet. So everybody thinks that they can't be touched, the American people. Jeremiah 6:14, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. How are they trying to patch up Jacob's wounds? You Edomites, they're trying to give you reparation. They're trying to give you better benefits for you to stay asleep. Whatever Esau does right now is to keep you Israelites asleep, man. There's nothing being played in the benefit of you Israelites, man. It's all being turned for your own enslavement. All right, with this shutting down of economy. Okay, this devil is getting ready to change the world, man, with these events that are unfolding. Earlier today, I put up a U.S. Today article about the doomsday clock that boldly declared that the world is closer to annihilation than it has ever been. It says the world is closer to annihilation than it has ever been since the first nuclear bombs were released at the close of World War II, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists said Tuesday. The time on the doomsday clock moved forward from 100 seconds to midnight to 90 seconds to midnight. It's a reset of what has come to be known as the Doomsday Clock, a decades-long project of Bulletin of Economic Scientists featuring a clock face where midnight represents Armageddon, Harmageddon in the Hebrew, which is the mountain of troops. And that's where we at with this war with Ukraine. Both sides are not backing down. America just gave Ukraine more tanks. Okay, Germany just stepped in. So this is it. This is it. They're moving closer. They moved the time on the clock, and Jake is still lost in the Babylon sauce, man. Jake still think they gotta go out there and get the bag. Still think they gotta go out there and make it. You're not making it here. You're not gonna make it here. This place is not it. It's not the end all be all. Jake, you gotta get your mind out of this. This place is not. Scripture say, all elements shall melt with fervent heat. This world is about to pass away. Yeah, it may seem like, matter of fact, let me get the one in Luke. Yeah, it may seem like things is as normal. Ever since the slamdemic happened and they made you take off your mask and gave you shots, you think, oh, we're back to normal now, or we may have a sense of normalcy. Like, what the hell is normalcy before COVID? Ain't wasn't nothing normal about this society. It's adverse to the Heavenly Father. Let's get this one in Luke 21. And bear with me. Salakia, Luke 17 and 26. Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So once Noah entered into that ark, he was done prophesying about the events that was to come. That was it. They came, they didn't believe Noah, but once they felt that raindrop, that changed everything. And it's gonna be the same thing when they announced those missiles flying. You got 30 minutes to get to shelter. And what's crazy is, they say if you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. Like America in World War II, they were telling you to go and prepare underground, make nuclear basements and all that. You don't have no fallout shelter. You Israelites, where are you going to shelter yourself from when this war becomes atomic? Because first they're sending in the nukes. First they're sending in tanks, but then it's going to be nukes. Like Donald T. Trump said. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they brought, they sold, they planted, they built it. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And you see that today in society in Babylon the Great. Esau, it seemed like shit is just gonna keep going. He building this shopping center, he building this bank over here, he building this school, right? He building this pharmacia, Rite Aid, Walgreens. It seemed like this man is just not gonna go down, but it's written, though he build, yet will I destroy. Even thus shall it be in a day when the Son of Man is revealed. So just like in a time of Lot, it's nothing new under the sun. So as soon as we get out of here, that's when the destruction is going to come. But before the destruction come, the missiles is going to be shot. It's going to be a great panic. And then that's when people are going to realize, oh, them men are out on the highways, in the street corners, and where we were shopping at. They were yelling at us, so-called yelling at us, telling us what we need to stop and what we need to do. They were right the whole time. They weren't crazy. It says, yes, we really are on the brink of nuclear war, but the vast majority of the general population has not gotten the memo. And they're not going to get the memo. Let's get that in Isaiah. Until the cities be laid waste. Laid waste. These people are not going to get the memo. Because they think it'll never happen. Let's see where that's at. It's I think that's Jeremiah, Isaiah 9. Got a 9 and 23. Not 9 and 23. Let me see. Bear with me, brothers. Laid waste. Without, let me see. Without. I haven't brought this one out in a while. Here it is. There it is. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is Isaiah 6:11. Then said, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without men, and the land be utterly desolate, and the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. You know, and that's happening. People gonna try to flee from Babylon's the great destruction. Like when they had that it was a false alarm out in Hawaii. People were trying to buy plane tickets, you know, sail across sea. What you gonna do in less than an hour when you got missiles flying your way? What you gonna hop in your Tesla? What you gonna hop in your yacht? What you gonna go underground? Okay, when these missiles fall, when they be shot, that's it. Everything that the scriptures say when the first death in the first world, all they that had breath die. So what do you think is going to happen in the second death? You know, except for the elect, they're not going to take part in this. You see, but the world is, and they don't even know it's coming. Sadly, both sides just continually escalate the conflict. In fact, it appears that the Biden administration will soon be sending M1 Abrams tanks to Ukraine for the very first time. Like we said earlier, you know, so this thing is heating up. It ain't no backing down. No backing down in this war. No sides is backing down. And this is good, you know, to the world. Oh, doomsday. No, this is what we want. The day of doom is upon you, heathen, upon the 2/3, upon this world. But the day of doom shall be the end of this place. Okay, this is it. This is where we heading. And it is being reported that the German government has reversed course and has now decided to send Leopard 2 tanks to the Ukrainians. So Germany is in this. NATO is in this. On the other side, the Russians have chosen to send a warship armed with hypersonic missiles within shooting range of major East Coast cities. Check that out, man. A Russian ship armed with unstoppable hypersonic missiles is sailing towards the U.S. coast in a show of strength, reports claim. The guided missile frigate Admiral Gorshevov has been closely monitored by NATO navies on its maiden voyage, armed with 6,670 miles per hour Zyklon weapons. A unconfirmed Russian Telegram channel report says it was spotted on radar in neutral waters of the Atlantic Ocean at an effective salvo launch distance from the U.S. coast. Both sides are playing a very dangerous game. Hey, brothers, they right there. Man, I launched this shit. Play with me. That's what Russia should play with me. You know, that's what they're saying. Play with me. I'll bring it to your front door. That's what they own. Cause you at their front door. So they speaking back. But you dumbass Americans, you don't understand. This shit is it. This shit is over. This shit is right here, man. And it seems like nothing is going on. It seems like life is as is, you know. But life is not as is. These things are moving. These things are speaking. The scriptures say at the end it shall speak and not lie. The Lord ain't lying. It says Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov just warned that we're on the verge of seeing a real war between the Western powers and Russia. When we speak about what is happening in Ukraine, it is a war, not a hybrid one. Almost a real war that the West has been plotting for a long time against Russia. You know, this man, if our leaders were the same, they would be trying to find a peaceful solution to this crisis while it is still possible. All nations is being gathered, man, to this great valley of Jehoshaphat. You see, let's get this here. in Revelation 16. Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, because that's where another a hot spot is, where it's really going to spark off at. You see Saudi Arabia moving away from the dollar, right? You see the Iranians in Israel going back and forth, right? So that it's heating up, brothers. And the waters thereof was dried up, that the ways of the kings of the east might be prepared. You know, they're preparing for war, man. You know, this thing ain't backing down. The kings of the east. If our leaders were saying, Salakia, instead we seem to be playing a very twisted game of nuclear chicken, where we see how close we can come to the line without actually starting a nuclear war. So what happens if a mistake is made and the missiles start flying? You might want to start thinking about that. Meanwhile, it appears that the coming war between Israel and Iran is getting closer. In fact, the U.S. and Israel are conducting the most significant exercise between the United States and Israel to date. You know, Monday announced the launch of a large-scale drill, yada, yada, yada. So they're having their Juniper Oak largest drill. So they're, man, like, come on now, like, these are the real people, but they're preparing war. Scriptures say when the real Israelites would be in the land, they wouldn't be preparing for war. So why is Israel going to war? Why are they preparing, doing strikes and drills and all that? Once the war between Israel and Iran starts, our planet will never be the same again. Speaking on the planet, it is being reported that the inner core has apparently stopped moving. Look at it, it's all types of things going on. And I'm all over the place, Salakia. It says, now the new study published in the Natural Geoscience by Geophysics Yi Yang and Oxdang Song Peking University in Beijing explored the nature of movement of Earth's inner core. Largely made up of iron and molten liquids, they found the inner core's movement recently reduced enough they considered it paused, all part of what seems to be associated with gradual turning back of the inner core as part of an approximately 7-decade oscillation. But don't worry, because scientists think that it is normal. Maybe it is, probably it is, hopefully it is. Because if it isn't normal for Earth inner core to pause, then there is a possibility that we are in a really big trouble. Man, Esau has drilled in the earth, trash out. It's who knows may become of this. In other planetary news, an enormous asteroid that was just discovered this past weekend is about to zip past our world at an extremely close distance. So you got craters, signs in the heavens. Let's get that. Signs in the heavens. All around us. And we're not turning an eye at these things. Luke 21:11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Chariot sightings, major earthquakes everywhere. You had an earthquake out here. People say they felt. I didn't feel it, but earthquakes constantly happen. Food shortages, fearful sights, man. Signs in the heavens. All types of things is going on. That the Lord is near than what we believe. He said, when thou seest these things, know that is at the deer. It's at the door. It says, skip that. Most people assume that our scientists have really good idea of what is going on up there, and that if a major threat was coming, they would tell us about it. They ain't gonna tell you shit, because your nuclear scientists would tell you that a war between America and Russia will end civilization. But hey, unfortunately, the truth is that their ability to detect giant space rock is still fairly limited. In this new space rock, which you got more to deal with than some space rocks. You're gonna have hot rock, them hot talents, the weight of a talent falling upon this place pretty soon. I'm gonna get that too. It says, I'll post this in the description. It goes into I don't really want to go into that. Matter of fact, now that I mention it, talent, about the space of a talent. Revelation 16:21. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. This actually talking about hell, the water that's turned into ice that comes down from the heavens and is falling on everybody. No, it's metaphorically speaking. It's going to look like hell, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. And if you ever been in hell before, I remember in a world, I had stayed the night at my old best friend in the world, and I happened to skate from wake up early in the morning. I had to skate home, and I live kind of far, but I live far, but I didn't know it was going to hell that day. So as I'm walking, all you see is the heavens just turn black. At first it was great, and it get black, and it feel like the sky is coming down. And that shit is scary, and all of a sudden it just started hailing. And I had no covering except for my skateboard to cover over my head, and that shit hurt it, man. So imagine these men, hey, yo, Lord is not playing, but I just say that as metaphorically, And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. Every stone about the weight of a talent. When you look up a talent, it's about 70 pounds. But this weighs way more. And men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. You're going to have these people cursing God because they going to be calling on Jesus Christ, Buddha. Then when they see they ain't coming, and in time, they going to start cursing the Most High. I believed you. I did all it. And then boom. You believed in the false God. You other camps out there, you ain't gonna have the name. You call on your God in that day and see if he'll help you. You people gonna blaspheme the Most High, like, oh, why would God do this? No, he's gonna do this. Now I'm gonna read it in a Central Standard Bible. To the right side, it says, enormous hailstones, each weighing about 100 pounds, fell from the sky on people, and they blasphemed God for the plague of hell, because that plague was extremely severe. It's going to be exceedingly dreadful when people see that, man. It's going to turn the skies dark. And that's what I saw when I was walking, years ago, man. That sky turned black. That shit, you got spooked. Okay, you got spooked, and Lord's about to get real spooky. Okay, he about to turn the skies black, man. Any more on this? For the sake of time, I gotta get going. People dying, a lot of more people dying. The thing got them. The egg prices. Let's read some of this. I could go on and on, but this article is already getting way too long. Yada, yada, yada. You brothers know about the eggs, man. The price of eggs, a Mall of America security guard threatening the wearer of a Jesus Save t-shirt, attacks on the U.S. power grid, a worldwide obsession with pornography, another wave of nuclear threats coming out of Russia, universal weakening of democratic institution, a global reshuffling of leaders, threats of civil war in Israel, in America, corruption in the highest levels of government across the world, weaponized artificial intelligence, deepfake audio, video, enabling previously unimagined levels of deception. All this, man, all this, man. What do these and hundreds of other things like them have in common? The reason why so many apocalyptic things are happening is because we are really living apocalyptic times. Straight up, man. We in that day, man. We are here. You don't need to go see and look for the signs. They just right in your face. The scriptures say, Isaiah, a man's ways is right in his own eyes, or something like that. Last scripture, Habakkuk 1:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved. We're upon our tower now. Highways and byways, on a unicorn, putting out videos. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that's what we did. We comprehended it, and we went out and spoke it, speaking it into the world. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. The vision is for an appointed time. At a set time, it's going to happen. At a set time, it's going to happen. No man knoweth the time. No man knows when it's going to happen. Esau doesn't even know the time. No man knoweth the time, but before that time comes, we have to be on our watch, as we are. Getting my people prepare you for the day of battle. This is what we see. Though it tarry, Jake think is taking too long. Jake got going back into the world. Okay. Count the Most High as slack then. We'll see how your lack of patience works for you. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakodash. Till the next one, I say Shalom.